Hey, this is Matt from InvestiQuant. Today is Thursday, September 7th, 2023. The market sold off yesterday. We had a sizable gap down that took off to the downside from the open before getting a little bit of a rally into the close, but still closing quite weak. We took out the 10-day simple moving average and we closed below the S3 pivot. We're going to put those two pieces of information together this morning in today's daily IQ. Let me go ahead and get this set up. I've got all four instruments selected. Our setup's based upon entering long at 9:30 a.m. Eastern Time, exiting at 4:15 p.m. Eastern Time. Now we're still trading lower in the overnight session, so I'm going to the opening filters and gap direction and clicking on gap down. Next thing I'm going to do is go to the price patterns library. I'm going to say yesterday closed below the S3 pivot. And I'm going to grab that from the active today section, which is telling you what is true for today's session. So I'm going to go here, click on close below S3. Next thing I'm going to do is go to the indicators library. And from here, I'm going to grab two different indicators. Normally, I use a 10 and a 200 in these videos, and I am going to use that 200 today. But instead of just clicking on the 10, I'm going to say that yesterday, initially, the day before was above the 10, yesterday closed below the 10. So we call that a straddle pattern, and that's available here. I'm going to say day after a down straddle of the 10-day simple moving average. So 2 days ago, it closed above a 10. The next day, it closed below the 10. We call that a straddle. I've got both of those added. Now I can click view results. All right, here we go. These are the results based upon entering the market long at 9:30 a.m. Eastern Time, exiting at 4:15 p.m. Eastern Time, when the prior session closes below the S3 pivot, below a 10-day simple moving average when it was above the 10-day the prior day, and above a 200-day simple moving average. The next session is gapping down. Historically, we have 44 samples in the S&P, 36 in the NASDAQ, 38 in the Dow, 31 in the Russell. Win rates on these coming in favored. S&P, 64% of them have closed above the opening print. The NASDAQ, 64% as well. The Dow, 66%. The Russell, 61%. Average moves on these, pretty similar for the S&P. For the NASDAQ, the moves to the upside is larger than the move to the downside on average. For the Dow, they're very similar in size, and the Russell has a little bit larger average move to the downside compared to its moves to the upside on average. So historically speaking, average moves are not showing much of a difference across the board, but the win rates are a bit favored. All of these in the 60s with looks like Dow leading the way at 66% of those closing above the opening print. Hopefully you found that helpful. Good luck today. We will see you next time.